I'm starting a new sewing challenge and I want to bring you along. For the next 30 days, I'll be sewing for just 30 minutes and documenting everything. No all day sewing marathons, just realistic, bite sized chunks of sewing time. My goal is to see how much I can accomplish in these short sewing sessions and show that even with a busy schedule, you can still make time to do the things that you love. So the rules for this challenge is 30 minutes max sewing time per day. 30 minutes max sewing time per day. Now, I'm not going to be such a stickler where like I'm going to stop sewing in the middle of a stitch or in the middle of a seam. So give yourself 30 minutes. If you are in the middle of stitching a seam, finish that and then pick up where you left off the next day. Do not sew outside of these 30 minutes on any given day. You do not have to keep the same time of day or anything like that. Just whenever you have some free time, at least 30 minutes of free time, hop on your sewing machine and work on a project for just 30 minutes. I want to share my realistic progress, mistakes, and all. I want to give you the full 30 minutes, but I know that may not be feasible for everyone to sit and just watch me sew for 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep it interesting. I thought about editing these videos down, but what would really be the purpose of editing information out if I want to show you what can actually be done and what actually happens in 30 minutes of sewing time? I'll try to make sure I sew during a time when I will have the least amount of unexpected interruptions. So I will give you the full unedited 30-minute sewing sessions for those of you who want to sew along with me. You don't have to work on the same projects that I'm working on, but if you just want to sew while I'm sewing, then I would love to have you join me. I'll also share weekly compilations, sharing key moments and sharing my progress for those of you who don't want to sit through the full 30-minute unedited content. This way, there's a format for everybody. At the end of 30 days, we'll see just how far 30 minutes of sewing can take us. I do have 8 pre-selected projects that I plan to work on during these 30 days. Now, yes, 8 projects sound like a lot, overambitious, whatever you want to call it, and it probably is. But I do know that some projects I will be able to get through a little faster than others because, let's say, like a t-shirt or a dress. I've sewn those many, many times and they are fairly simple to sew. Most of them I can sew without reading directions. So things like that, I know I may be able to get through faster than some other projects. So I wanted to make sure that I have room for variety and that I have enough projects ready to last me for 30 days. Now, we all know that cutting the patterns and cutting fabric, and let's not mention assembling the patterns if you're using a PDF, it all takes time. And those are the most tedious steps of the sewing process. So I am going to do some batch assembly, batch cutting, just so that I can have my projects ready to go and my 30 minutes can be spent simply sewing. I would encourage you to do the same thing if you're going to implement this because it takes a lot to put away my machine because I only have a small corner to sew in and one table. So I would have to cut my pattern, put all that away, pull out my sewing machine, and then start sewing. And I'd have to do that over and over again for each project. And I'm just going to be honest, that will slow me down and make me not want to do it. So having everything already pre-prepped and my supplies ready to go will actually help me take advantage of my 30 minutes for 30 days. And honestly, this is about how much sewing, how much actual sewing you can get done in 30 minutes. And that's exactly what I want to focus on is 30 minutes of actual sewing. So I bought these little containers from Walmart. They were like $1 each. And I only have 6 bins. So I'm going to prep my projects and put all the materials and everything in here. The other 2, I'll just have to find something else to do with those. But unless I get to Walmart before I start. But that's how I plan to organize my pre-cut patterns. And then I'm going to share with you the 8 projects that I have chosen briefly. The first one is a So Def Mimi G style pattern. It's number 1017, the Annie cardigan. Then I have the Elizabeth caftan, which is a charm pattern by Gertie. Then I have the Audrey cigarette pants, which is also a charm pattern by Gertie. Then there's the Felicia custom cup size dress by Ellie and Mac. Then I also have the Lakeisha crop peplum and dress, also by Ellie and Mac. And then there is Simplicity S9552, which I owe you anyway because this is my Make 9 number 3, and I am so behind on this, but I'm still going to try to spit out as many of my Make 9 as possible. Then I have the Katharina hooded sweater bolero. And last but not least, the Boxy makeup bag by Sew Make Bake. So I will share the batch cutting video with you as well so you can kind of see what my process is when I do my batch cutting. And I think I am going to get 2 more of those containers from Walmart. But yeah, so those are the patterns. And if you want to join in on this challenge, use the hashtag below, hashtag 30-minute sew challenge. Let me know in the comments what you'd work on in 30 minutes, and let's get started with this challenge with day 1.